Okay. To start with, let's have your name.
I am Donna Schaefer. I'm a volunteer here at the Humane Society of Broward County. Carolyn Crane.
My name is Linda Sanders.
My name is Jennifer White.
And what is your job here?
I'm the Vice President of Education. I am on the Board of Directors for the Humane Society of Broward County, and I'm also the Education Chairperson for the Humane Society, and I am an Adoption Ambassador as well here with Romeo.
And I head the Adoption Ambassador Program for the Humane Society of Broward County.
Okay. How did you get involved with the Humane Society?
How did I get involved? My love of animals. About 20 years ago, I started looking for something to do on my part-time, and I found the Humane Society to volunteer.
I actually started at the Humane Society of Broward County about 8 years ago as a bather, a volunteer bather. And I did that. I've gone on hurricane missions. I've done anything and everything they needed. And then I was away for a while and came back about almost 2 years ago into the education department as an employee. And then about 3 months ago, they started the Adoption Ambassador Program and asked if I would head this program.
Well, let's see, about 20 years ago, I came to volunteer, and I was also a teacher, and my passion lied with the animals, so I incorporated my teaching skills into my passion, and now I teach about what I love most, which is homeless animals.
What were you teaching before you got here?
Elementary education.
1995, I adopted a little dog named Speedy, who I had for 13 years, and I have been a volunteer here ever since.
In your time here, what's been your greatest joy of working here? Or volunteering, I should say.
My greatest joy. Seeing the animals go home. That's one of the greatest. The Walk for the Animals is also one of the best events that we have. It's the most fun, and it's fun seeing all the people coming in and alumni animals.
Outside of the Adoption Ambassador Program, do you handle any adoptions yourself?
No, I do not. This is the first time I've ever been involved with any adoptions. Excuse me, Emma. So, no, I have not done any adoptions on my own.
My greatest joy working with the Humane Society in the Adoption Ambassador Program is every time somebody calls and tells me that their ambassador dog found a home. That's the most exciting thing, and it's never going to get old.
All right. All of the animals that you've helped here, are there any animals or stories that stand out as being particularly heartwarming to you?
Well, this one is Romeo. This is my third Adoption Ambassador dog, and the first two came to our home, and they were gone over the weekend, and I couldn't understand why they hadn't been adopted previously. Romeo has now been with us for 2 weeks. His owner had a stroke and couldn't care for him anymore, and we've had some challenges with the house training, with potty training. So Romeo is kind of warmed up to me because it hasn't been so easy, and we've developed a great relationship. So hopefully we'll find him a home, but he's definitely growing on me.
Well, a couple of my adoptions are, because one of my labs, who I adopted at 8 weeks and is now 12 years old, was a Puerto Rico dog, a Save the Sato dog. And he was a nervous wreck when I adopted him, and he has been the best, smartest dog I've ever had. And then my poodle, Queenie, came to me because on the first day of my volunteering here at the shelter, they handed me a pregnant poodle and said, "Can you foster this dog?" So I did, and I delivered her 4 puppies and ended up keeping one of them. So
remember is a dog named Nikki, who was brought in. She actually was on a chain in a yard, and she was left out there as a puppy, and as she grew up, her collar grew into her neck, and when she came in, she had to have it surgically removed. The chain was all the way embedded in her neck, and she was a Doberman, and even though she had gone through all that abuse and neglect, she was still, was kissing your face and licking your hands, and she ended up getting adopted by somebody that works at the sheriff's office, and he ended up being our spokesperson for our Break the Chain campaign, where we talked to a lot of people and commissioners, and we've got a lot of can you cut that? We've got a lot of laws changed to help dogs on chains, to outlaw that in I think 13 different cities in Broward County.
Have you yourself adopted or considered adopting one of the dogs here? Or
I have 5 dogs. 4 of them are rescues from the Humane Society.
The greatest joy is just seeing that dog or that cat that's been sitting there in a cage for a long period of time, and seeing them finally get adopted, and that's just, what brings the most joy. So that's very rewarding.
That's the first senior dog from the senior club that was adopted. That's Millie. Right, Millie? She's 9 years old now.
adopted any of the animals here or considered it?
Oh yeah. I don't even know how many. Currently I have 8. I have 5 cats and 3 dogs now, but over the course of the 19 years that I've worked at the Humane Society, I've had several dogs, several cats, and like Donna, the jewelry lady, I'm a big proponent of adopting adult dogs and cats. I think that everybody should consider that because they get overlooked and they're so grateful when you adopt them, and they'll worship the ground you walk on. You know, they're just awesome.
How many events do you end up helping out with? How involved are you with that?
I have 2 young children, so not as many before, but we do 1 to 2 a month, and we put Romeo on Facebook and email, so we're much more into the social media than pretty much getting him out just because of the girls, but we're doing as much as we can, but about 1 to 2 a month.
I have a dog now that I rescued from here. I got him when he was 5 years old. He's now 12. I got a few cats from here.
So
it's a great place to adopt.
You've got a great menagerie.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Probably, I mean, we have something going on all the time, every day of the week, whether it's a tour or a presentation or a community event or a table on the weekend. So, constantly.
I do all sorts of special events. I work a lot in the pet boutique. I'll do special events, do events like this that we're doing now, which is the Arts and Crafts Fair. I will do educational events. With my job, I've gone a lot, so I'm not consistently here every week, but I do as much as I can. I do Comcast Video on Demand, where we put the dogs and cats on video.
We have events right now. All the weather's good, and we can find them in South Florida. I'm doing about 2 events a weekend, sometimes 3. So anything and everything I can do to get exposure for our Adoption Ambassador dogs and our Adoption Ambassador program, I will be there.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell anybody that's watching this video?
Those that think it's going to be difficult to be in this program, let me just say, try it, because it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. Seeing dogs that are shelter dogs, having a very hard time in the shelter, and then taking them out, putting them into a home environment, and seeing them completely turn around and be happy as can be, and ultimately finding a home. It's the best thing anybody can be a part of. So come be an Adoption Ambassador, because the more people we have in place, the more dogs we can help.
I think the Adoption Ambassador program is a great program and a very innovative way to get the animals' faces and names out there, especially with Facebook and the media, because not everybody will come to the shelter.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for all the little dogs.
Sure. Sorry, all the distraction. It's the story of my life.
Yeah.
There's no excuse not to adopt a pet from the animal shop in an animal shelter. To buy a pet when there's millions of animals that are put to sleep every year is a tragedy, and the way that you get help is to adopt a pet yourself and not buy a pet.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you for working for these wonderful,
thank you.
needy animals.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Come volunteer. It's a great place to volunteer. You're going to meet lots of great people, lots of great animals. It's just a wonderful place.